Hey everybody, it's Hussein Kabani, your favorite broker, and this is the middle of October 2024. All right, so here's a quick little market update. I'm sure you guys are bored of hearing stats read out by other people line by line, so this is something I try not to do. But I want to give you a general feel of what's actually happening in the market, especially if you're looking to buy or sell real estate right now. It's very important because I think that we're actually at a very critical time where you have to be very careful about how you're going to do this, okay? Because I think this is one of those opportunities where you could possibly get caught. Okay, and I'm going to explain that further. So just to back it up again, basically we had a sudden rush in the real estate market at the end of 2023. So last 2 weeks in December, we really started to see things spike up, and that continued into January and February. So when we looked at those numbers versus 23, we were actually way ahead. But starting kind of in March, we leveled off, and then every other month up until September, we were actually trailing behind every single month of what 23 did versus 24. September last month was the first month that we actually saw an increase in sales versus the 23. And guess what? So far right now, if we look at sales right now, October 1st to October 15th, compare it to 23. Well, in 23, we basically had 2,100 sales roughly. And right now, this year so far, we've had about 2,600 sales happen, just over 2,600. So we can already see in the first 15 days that we're already ahead. And my guess is that if we went back and looked at it even again right now, the sales would actually be higher in 24 right now, higher than that 2,600 because some of those deals haven't even firmed up yet. So I think we're on a good track right now of actually seeing sales higher than 2023. But our inventory position right now, as of this morning, is still about 25,200 listings available for sale. The cool part about that is this. I basically expected that starting mid-September that we were going to get a flood of listings, and we kind of did. And at the end of September, we lost about 1,000 listings off of the market, and we really haven't gained those listings back anymore, which is really good because now we're starting to get our inventory under control. We saw it spike up a little bit, then I saw the numbers starting to come down. So for the last few days, it's been kind of even, but prior to that, we actually saw the numbers coming down, and I was starting to think that, hey, are we actually going to see our inventory start to go down? But at least so far in the first 15 days of the month, we've basically been at even. I think it was 25,284 units on average every single day on the market, and that's roughly the number that we were at this morning as well. So that's very cool, especially that we have so many listings coming onto the market. Now, what I'm looking for is an indicator over here of basically saying, hey, our inventory is depleting. We have new listings coming on the market. Maybe if we have 200 listings coming onto the market every single day, I want to try to start to say, hey, can we see 250 sales happening? So that means that, hey, we're actually selling more than what we are listing, which is going to help bring that inventory position down. Now, October 23rd, what we're hearing right now is that it's going to be a jumbo rate drop, okay? 4 out of 5 of the major banks are basically saying that we're going to see a 50 basis point reduction in interest rates. And that's also because of the inflation number coming in at 1.6%. And if this inflation kind of continues, I'm not saying this one is going to be a guarantee. I think the 23rd, October 23rd, is more or less going to be a 50% basis drop. But hey, in December, we have another rate announcement. If we're not doing that much better by that point, we might even see another 50 basis points drop in December. I don't know about that. I think it's going to be a quarter maybe still in December. Let's roll with that. But still, we are going to see that come down. What is this going to do, guys? What this is going to do is that it's going to add confidence to the market. We've already seen 3 consecutive rate drops of a quarter point. If we see this 0.5 happen right now, I think that's really going to start to get buyers off of the sideline. And not only this, we've actually seen it happen, okay? So I'm not saying that every single house is going into multiple offers, but a lot of the listings that are coming onto the market are actually holding back offers. So they're listing lower than what they're expecting to get for the property and having an offer date and hoping that they can get multiple offers coming in and bid up that price. Now, I want to say maybe 20–30% of the time that's actually working out. I mean, quite honestly, we had one that we tried out in Pickering. We didn't quite get to where we wanted to get to, but I'm still very confident that we're going to get to where we need to get to on that house because it's a beautiful property and we staged really well and our marketing is awesome. But besides all of that, it's going to be priced at the right number. Now, the other thing I see happening is that, and it's going to take a little bit of time, again, going back to that inventory coming down, I think that If we're lucky enough, we might actually see a bunch of listings start to expire every single month, at the end of every single month. And that's typically what happens. And I think some of these listings are just not going to come back to the market. Combined with our sales pace kind of picking up at this point, maybe in January, we're going to start off an inventory position of like 18,000, maybe 19,000, somewhere around that range. I mean, way better than 25,000 units. And then having that downward pressure on interest, I think that is going to start to speed up the market a lot more at that point. So when I said at the beginning of the video that this is a time where you kind of have to be careful, I think strategy is going to be everything, okay? Well, when we're in a really fast market where we have low inventory and multiple offers everywhere, our strategy usually is that, hey, make sure our house is prepped as much as possible, ready to go to the market. We go out, we buy a property, and we turn around and put your house on the market. Before this market that we are in the middle phase, I would call it right now, what we were doing is that, hey, we would know that there's a bunch of houses out there that our client could buy, but we would really focus on selling their house and making sure that we got what we needed to in order to move them, because there was a ton of inventory, it wasn't moving that fast, and we knew we would be able to secure something. Right now, we're kind of in that middle phase, in my opinion, which is that I would still say you put your house on the market, okay? But we run a hybrid model right now. Now what we're gonna do is, while your house is on the market and people are coming to view it, we're gonna go out and view other properties, and we're gonna start to make that short list. So when we do get that buyer that comes in on your property, we can start moving forward with a different property and tie it all in very well together. Because if what I think is going to happen is that we might start to see sales pace pick up, and we might end up more in multiple offer situation, that might end up being that if you're not prepared for this, you might sell your house and then have trouble buying something else. And maybe at that point, the prices might start to accelerate a little bit more than what you were expecting. So right now, I think we're in a really fine spot that you got to be able to time everything very, very, very well. I don't think that this is going to only last 2 weeks. I think this will probably last 2-3 months, okay? Maybe 4. But it's going to be very fast when it changes. Just like we saw this change happen all of a sudden, it's like a light coming on and off. The change happens, and it happens really quickly, and we got to be able to adapt very fast. So that's why I check the inventory all the time. I'm looking at sales, I'm looking at the market areas, and we're trying to comfortably make sure that our clients can make this transition, whether they're just selling or they're selling and buying or they're just looking to buy. There's a different strategy to employ depending on what the client is wanting to do. If you guys have any questions about this, because like I said, everyone's situation is very, very unique. My Calendly link is going to be below. So I encourage you guys, I'm not that pressure guy. You're going to have a conversation with me, and I'm not going to follow up with you like a billion times and annoy the heck out of you. I think it's better to try to get some opinions from people. I don't mind giving you my opinion based on what your situation is. So book a quick Calendly call with me, 15-20 minutes. I understand what you want. I give you my market perspective of how I would move forward if I were in your situation. Doesn't hurt. I'm running out of people to talk to real estate about. I've only got this camera and whoever's watching this right now. So book an appointment. Let's have a quick chat. I think I can give you guys a little bit of direction on how to move this thing forward. If you guys have liked this content, actually like it. It helps me out, believe it or not. And share it with your friends. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe, because we have awesome content. Until next time, guys, remember one thing. Get Kabani, get sold.
Sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sold. Sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sold. Sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sold. Sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sold.